was the sound barrier though. Dogman he kept alive long enough to get his coalescence, but Master was able to get that big ultimate off. The Shock still control the point though, and the Rain have a lot more work to do. Coalescence now from the high ground, but Striker, he's going in. Deep Striker time into the back line. Death Blossom is knocked away. Master protecting his team for the most part, but Striker, he wants to go back in. This man is relentless. Erster turns around and gets rid of him. It was Baby Bay to assist. Shock still on the point though, it's a long fight and they are accruing percentage every step of the way. Erster jumps in, Baby Bay, Death Blossom should have sealed the deal here, but the Shock have a big lead pretty darn soon. Sinatra wants to drop in, but Choikoven no good, trying to accretion Erster as he knocked him up, and that's a second now for the superstar. Looking for more. The Shock may not have much more to offer though, as they are already turned tail and running, and a Meteor Strike for extra damage on the chase down Smurf. He's done, and the Rainer at 93, Matt.
I'm surprised he used that Meteor Strike to go deeper. I thought he was going to come out as 98% here. Looks like Moth may be able to get a touch to force OT.
Supercharger thrown down by Pokpo immediately though. It's got to be the sound barrier now for the Shock to keep him in this. Striker backs away, hoping for a different way to get into the fight, and Baby Bay goes for a Death Blossom on the point. Choikoven almost got knocked back into it there by Gator. Moth drops onto the point, but he's a little bit too low, and Striker is desperation now with the Death Blossom, but he punched midway through it. Don't interrupt the performer halfway through their routine. The Atlanta Rain now at a sound barrier gird themselves into the end of the round.
Point.
Gator making use of the bouncing properties of the Hyperspheres to get it around the corner. Gravitic Flux. Gator gets caught in that one, but he goes for one of his own. It's confusion now for the Rain, and they get run over. Violent Moth gone down, and the Shock have no supports. Even though they get the first two kills, Striker has to follow up. They get rid of Poke, but the sound barrier was good, and that extra support presence for the Rain may help them here until Sinatra arrives. Quick 2 kills, a rocket punch, uppercut combo for 2.
Baby Bay is going to be able to get on here and get a touch. He uses the rate. Yeah, he may get caught out here. Yeah, but it's Sinatra.
So they lost first in the fight. Sinatra backs away very quickly, doesn't want to deal with the halt. Massa pursues over the top. Oh, he sees a very low health. Erster tries to go for it, but doesn't connect the punch. Sinatra trying to drop down, thinks about getting rid of the supercharge, but a bit of damage on Baby Bay seems to be preferred. It looks like he was hit by an accretion as he touched the ground. And in the meantime, Erster and Dogman make short work of the Shock. Another for Erster. And the Atlanta are back in residence. Just a bit of stall for the Shock, and that's all they'll have.
Erster has been sick on the Doomfist. I mean, 11 final blows.
Meteor Strike available for Erster, so a get out of jail free card is on the table. He jumps in, backs out. They lost Massa. Sinatra doing one better this fight. Quick 2 final blows for Sinatra, again stepping up. Tries to land a bit of a wishful rocket punch on Dogman there, who wouldn't have seen it coming. But the Shock have already done enough damage to secure the fight win.
Games like this are so dangerous though.
Choikoven, Gravitic Flux, big catch, great hold coordination there. Not quite the impact he would have liked, as it was still a sound barrier in time from Massa. Smurf's a little bit low behind his shield, but Baby Bay was forced away. Both these teams go for a brief reset for some healing. Baby Bay trying to go for the Death Blossom as he drops down, but look at that kinetic grasp. Eats up a lot of the Reaper's damage. Striker now wants to try one himself. Tries to go to the high ground. A good move from Massa, but it won't be enough. He's still able to get 2, and he's chasing Dogman for 3. Moth will finish Baby Bay off, and now we have a game. Look at Pokpo, some of his final moments in that round. Baby Bay goes up. The Reaper towards him, even with the boot there. He brought the Reaper right to his own door.
Lower, because you have to use your movement abilities to get behind them. Space Coalescence, Atlanta getting aggressive behind this Moira ultimate yet again. But you have to use your movement abilities to get behind the other team, and at that point you don't have them to get out.
Look, I mean, the Shock didn't really have anywhere to run there. They lost a player before the fight started, and Erster's just farming. Now, less than ideal. I mean, Erster really already has his Meteor Strike, and it's not like a key ultimate. A short bridge to the point. There's a wall right underneath. Supercharger now for the Shock. I mean, business. Gravitic Flux now, that's from the range. Straight under the Shock. Smurf, though, he hits straight away towards that fortify. Erster want to go in, but where do you look? Who do you find? How about 2? The hold's perfectly combined now. Pokpo sets it up. And Erster hits the slam dunk.
Oh, that is a nasty combo there from Pokpo and Erster. You can see how much shield Erster has right now. Just landing that Meteor Strike. Perfect combination.
10 seconds to do so. Erster looking at the left-hand side, trying to get a punch in on anyone who's trying to sneak up there. Moth looks like he got a touch, but we're still into overtime. Baby Bay's having to teleport out of enemy territory. Striker comes in, he gets rid of Erster with a Death Blossom. There's more work to be done now. Will Pokpo go on the Shock somehow? Stick their foot in the door.
They finally get a break. They're able to break here. They're going to be able to flip the point.
I don't think they're having any cups of tea right now, Matt.
Those we're going to be pretty deep in the game.
No!
Oh, he gets hit with the accretion, so he gets stunned there. Can't get out.
It looks like he got halted in as well by Popo. Everything thrown at Sinatra as he was trying to hurl himself into the enemy team. Ursa now knows he can start looking for some of these kills. Moth survives the rocket punch, but Ursa now wants to bring the house down. What a connection! Evidence suggests you're about to get dumped! No coming back from this one. Ursa drops back in. And just over the top, maybe just to stall out is Moth there with the sound barrier. It's only going to be 3 players that benefit from it. It's going to have to do for now. Sinatra's forced away with Moth going down. The Shock Root took the point for just a brief moment, but now they're going to take it once more to stay in this fight. Great walk away, not a good sign for Sinatra. Striker as he backed out, and that'll be it. The Atlanta Reign starts strong in this quarterfinal. The Shock just got rocked.
It's a big halt from Popo to set up a meteor strike from Ursa, but the bigger one at the end. When both teams had no ultimates, Sinatra trying to go in and make a play. He's seismic slamming, gets vaulted up in the sky a little bit, stays there for a little bit longer, gets hit with the accretion from Gator, the stun, the kill onto the Doomfist, and Atlanta's able to flip the point.
Yeah. He got hit with a body grenade, pushed away. Dogman still taken down though. Great pick. That was quite inventive. The Doomfist just sort of going a different way than we expect to that high ground, but the Ana was maybe a little bit too aggressively positioned. Something you've not said of Dogman only once.
And, you know, Striker is actually there as well, and he helps set it up as he tries to teleport on the Dogman. That Ursa and take it out.
Gator shield up with the coalescence coming through. They lost Dogman early again. Not ideal, but Striker managed to get into the cookie jar, Matt. Took all the good ones and left the raging brand ones for everybody else. Okay. That was clever from Sinatra. In a pinch, of course, the gap between the bus and the building itself. Here comes the supercharger from the high ground. Popo hit with that one, and they dropped them into a winter wonderland. This isn't Umbani, this is Narnia. Baby goes down. Gator up high though. Big slam, but the sound barrier was there. Perfectly timed by Moth to keep his team up. Now Gator's going to get it done the hard, old-fashioned way. Doesn't have the accretion available to do with Sinatra while he was busy with his backline, and they give the point away. The Rain are forced back once more, and the Shock are starting to build momentum. Not a shield there for Gator, but it is burning away awfully fast. Supercharger helps, and Striker looks on in dismay as his team are just hammered by the Death Blossom in the back. Baby Bay pushes on.
Time. At this point, though, you needed to try and just get something off the clock. As he will pick up one here. Baby Bay uses the Death Blossom, finish off 2 more.
You see, just the accretion cooldown wasn't quite enough. Baby Bay's on that sneaky flank. Oh, it goes for the supercharger first. Gives himself away. Let's see if that was good sequencing or not. He gets caught by Sinatra as soon as he comes out of Wraith Walk, though. It was a rocket punch intended just for his boy. Payload getting close now. Ursa's going to go for the meteor strike, but someone needs to contest in the meantime. He drops down, immediately removed, and the wrecking ball a little bit too slow.
But the Boston Uprising last year, he was dominant.
There it is. Gator knocks sky high. Sinatra for 2. Can he make it more? Rocket punches off cooldown right about now. Popo seeing better days. Yo, I don't mean to be academic, but the rain just got ruined.
Just trying to figure out a different way to approach this. Trying to go for the low ground. There'll be a hack on a Sinatra.
So rude.
Doomfist, one of the best heroes to get a hack off on.
And he is just a walking ham. If he is hacked, nothing he can do. Striker takes a lot of damage trying to get into the back line, but had to recall. EMP hits Smurf and Choyobin. And that's pretty darn good. Spurs able to hide inside the Immortality field, but they give control of the point to Atlanta for the time being. A recontest is possible, but Smurf looks very much on his own there. Striker has to come in from the far side, but that healing is so good. And Gator's down. Sinatra is now on the scene. Supercharger thrown down. Ursa just gets knocked into next Tuesday, and Baby Bay is just a mess on the floor.
So Smurf actually backs up into the corner where I'm sure a lot of the players at home, you see like the Orisa set up in that back corner, gets both supports behind there.
The healing is sick.
You have that really good healing from the Ana and the Batiste. You have the Immortality field. First point hold here for the Shock.
The Rain are out of tools. Trick open. Oh, he waits the sound barrier out. This could be a nasty gravitic flux now that there won't be one to counter. Okay, only getting Ursa, that's enough though. As long as he gets him down to 50% and he drops, he will be removed. And the rest of the work is being done by the hard workers in the Shock. Sinatra, you do not need healing. Don't spam that. I'm getting flashbacks from solo queue. Gator, go. How do you, yeah, stop the rocket punch, man.
Ain't stopping that. You have a body block that goes on from Choyobin. On the Popo, it's going to be very difficult for him to get a touch. He gets taken out. Masa just throwing his body at the point here. It's a tremendous defense from the Shock.
Tremendous!
They'll get a full hold here and take map number 2.
Hey, if you get the tremendous from Mr. Matt Morello, you know you've done pretty well. The Shock fire back after the rain.
No
Get
more
in
Classic
early.
goes here.
That's it. No. Only
Well done with that.
the best. I mean, he doesn't have the range for the Hypersphere. That's an English Batista, I'll be honest with you. EMP connects and Strike is down, and things may start to unravel here for the Shock. If they don't do something quick! Okay, fair enough.
Was that quick enough?
Quick enough. 2 tanks down to Sinatra's head, and he gets a third with Dogman falling. Erster trying to be heroic, but oh man, your T-Mobile MVP just out there rolling.
Right. I feel like we'll take a look at this Sinatra play yet again. He hits a really nice meteor strike.
Mind if I just... Yeah.
In a meta like this, with so much shielding and how strong Doomfist is, Striker comes back on Tracer, so another switch like they did on Nibani.
Able to avoid the Accretions from Trichoban, backs up, redeploys the shield. Early sound barrier again here for the rain. They're trying to get past. Striker's on the Tracer now, keep that in mind. Spurs very low on the low ground. You see those Batiste grenades being thrown in to keep the Orisa up. Trichoban, I mean, that's a fool's errand. He's going to throw out Kinetic Grasp to stop Baby Bay. Baby Bay goes for a melee hit instead. And in overtime, the Atlanta Reign move up to the point now. They're looking good. Striker rent asunder. Violet will be staggered out just a little. Caught in between the play. He has the Wraith Walk just to get behind Baby Bay's shield, which is broken in a matter of seconds. Sperm comes in. Gravitic Flux. Not enough damage. Trichoban brought down. That's going to be one with a Meteor Strike. Another double from Sinatra. And he'll chase down. Dogman trying to get away. Probably hurling insults as he does back up. But it's still not going to escape for the rain. But that was really their best shot anyway. Coco sleeping!
I mean, yeah.
He won't touch the point anyway. Baby Bay on McCree. How's he supposed to stall on that hero? I mean, he's gonna... no, he's not even trying. It will be the Wrecking Ball to step up here for Gator. Immediately fighting Grenade. Drops down there. Popo gets to the point at least. Dogman hiding behind the supercharge when Sinatra goes in. Sinatra is absolutely out of control in this match so far. He's looked so good on this second defense. This entire composition is so filthy. It's just designed to subject the Shock to Baby Bay for as long as humanly possible. Blizzard thrown in there. Guess who just turned up? It's Striker on the Reaper. Master's Immortality Field is taken down, but the Rain have so many tools to protect themselves here. This composition, honestly, it's not honest. It's a very dishonest comp. And May walls come up. It's so rough. And I believe was thrown out by Popo. Now he's back down here. Back to square one. Gravitic Flux, Sinatra caught in that one, and Baby Bay ruined TM Gator, brings down Trichoban. I don't think the Shock are getting too far. They've got one more chance. They've been building ultimates. And there it is. Trichoban. They've got Ursa caught on the low ground. There is potential here. Master's forced to use an Immortality Field just to keep himself alive. And the wheels are falling off the bus. Sinatra comes in with a Meteor Strike, and they finish off the Bastion. They do lose both Moth and Smurf, and Master doubles down with 2 from the high ground. Dogman going to rotate around on the point, try and keep Trichoban up or down. Shields got thrown in and Dogman is missing now. Trichoban and Violet trying to clutch it out. 2v2. Immortality Field thrown down and Trichoban needs to be healed up a little bit more. Violet's not able to keep him alive, and here come the reinforcements from the Shock. Drop down. Smurf comes in with a pile driver. Roaster on the point. Striker comes right with the Tracer, but Gator shuts him down. Gravitic Flux in that back corner, and Violet tentatively tries to put a foot on the point to keep it going, and Sinatra has once again returned, and he's got 2! 3 for Sinatra! Nobody can stop this man! He is just with a Dr. Rawdon! The Baby Bay's able to remove him though. Moth comes back in. Baby Bay getting slurped right now, but the Biting Grasp was not enough to cut through the extra healing from the Coalescence. And the Rain hold off. They make it a draw in map 3. Sit down though. You got more games to play. And take it away though. Big win. Gotta be pleased with that.
Oh, they had to be sweating though when Sinatra comes back and picks up 3. You got Baby Bay and both supports still alive for the Atlanta Reign.
These 2 support ults coming out for the Rain simultaneously. The Shock lived through it.
Yeah, they use Coalescence and Sound Barrier on top of each other, but Gator will take out Smurf, so you do have both damage dealers coming back from the Rain now. As Gator survived long enough though. You're gonna still have 4 players here for the Rain.
Yep. Because of that, Striker has to just address his positioning, and with Baby Bay pushing straight forwards. Perhaps if he teleports to the server room, he can rejoin the rest of his team, but he goes straight down the car wash. Violet throws an aggressive Bionic Orb in there. You see the Reaper repositioned for Baby Bay, but they saw that coming a mile off there, so he's not able to get back to the fight. Trying to get behind the forklift by the looks. Can't really do much to stop Erster though with this. He's able to at least force him away for the time being, but he's back almost as quickly as he'd left. First checkpoint for the Shock.
Now they're able to break on through. Looked like for a little bit there, maybe Atlanta was going to be able to make a play.
Great walk, he realizes he's just going to have to stand and deliver now. Nice supercharge to throw down here by Popo, especially they're looking to try and contest, and that is a beautiful graphitic flux. Charge, so Erster needs to get away from this threat. He doesn't escape. Striker marked him and removed him, and as a Death Blossom now, should he need to use it, they'll wait out the sound barrier timing. Coalescence being used here. It's going to be the Death Blossom in, and they get rid of Baby Bay. That may be the ticket now with Gator accreted against the wall. And Striker's going to be able to get rid of Popo here. Not really much hiding behind the shield to be done.
Just had a great combination of ultimates available there for the Shock. Even with Atlanta having some ultimates of their own, still nothing that you could do to combo to get out of that is Gator just trying to get back. Yep, he'll make the wise move, just jump off the map.
Gator's face. Gator's not getting much healing right now. Yes, he doesn't need it. No one's really able to reach him, and Sinatra falls short. Gator gets a second before he goes down. And Baby Bay now just going to be the cherry on top. Hit with accretion, but Ursa was there to pick up the slack. And Striker's going to Wraith Walk now just to try and stall a little bit longer, so will Smurf. There may be a Tracer here for reinforcements of the Reaper to drop down. Striker may have Wraith Walk available. No, he does not. The Shock will force himself into a small bunker, and now they have to fight their way out. That is no easy task. Sinatra tries to get out, but Ursa sends him straight back in a body bag. Baby will follow down now as well. Player advantage. Smurfs have been rid of Popo though, a little bit less shielding for the rain. Payload has been contested this whole time. That gravitic flux inside a small space could be quite scary, but the sound barrier was well timed. Although it comes before the Death Blossom, and Striker has been removed. Supercharger now, but the payload started to move. The Shock can't really contest it from where they're standing. They have to move out.
It's just chaos. Sinatra, the Meteor Strike, able to get with one, and Ursa punches him right into a wall. We have the supercharger coming in from Popo here.
He's just rolling. Right, he's like, I hope I hit someone.
Yeah, I mean, he's just going down there. He's like, oh, look, I'm going to either hit somebody or I'm going to die. And then finally, yeah, the Atlanta Rain who come out on top.
Right, Striker over the top. Supercharger, will this still affect him? No, back to the rest of his team. They got Gator though, that's big. Popo's down, no more tanks. Still the Rain want to try and commit to this one. Well, no good for them. They spend a lot, man. Master Sound Barrier, Erster, Popo all use ultimates. And they're running out of time. They got none. They had to commit there, man. They had no other choice. And I tell you what, this is a real slugfest. Both teams on their maps of choice take W's. And this might be one of those series to define this era of Overwatch, 2 apiece.
Yeah, this one has all the makings of one go in the distance, as both these teams just trading back and forth.
Popo didn't have Fortify at the time, or at least he didn't have time to use it. He takes a chunk of damage, which again is stressing the resources of for the Atlanta Rain. When they've got Lucio in the composition, Rascal's going to get lifted here. Sound barrier will have expired. And Gator's having to get rid of a Smurf here. Yeah, man, look at the aftermath. The kills don't come immediately, man, but when they do, they're fight winning. Clever by Gator, uses the kinetic grasp to prevent taking damage before he touches the ground so he doesn't immediately die. Jojoben trying to hold the fort on his own there, big accretion hit, but it is a matter of time. You cannot stop Doomfist damage with kinetic grasp.
Off gets back on. So Violet may have been able to get back, get a touch, but also it's a good job to force out like support ultimates. At least Sinatra gets the first pickup on Baby Bay here, so that's a huge blow to Atlanta.
Yeah, great opener. The Shock already at 51%. They have to go for the sound barrier just to make sure they don't get derailed by that gravitic flux. Sinatra a little bit too late on the fist. Erster's able to get past. No real casualties sustained by the Shock here, except for those of their ultimate bank. They use quite a few. Popo dragged forward now, forced back to go with the kinetic grasp, beating up a lot of the damage, especially coming from Popo, and there it is! They get the first picks. Baby Bay goes through a celebratory Death Blossom, and just getting the one kill, something you're happy enough with. The Rain are already at 99% here, and the Shock unable to leverage Rascal's Farah, have to go with the Reaper play. The Atlanta Rain, just a bit better.
We win this point, we win the map. So you're in a good spot. This will be a Symmetra shield comes in from Baby Bay, splits it right down the center of the point.
This lets you advance without taking any poke damage. This is ideal. Amplification Matrix had to be used there. Gonna get taken down now. Gator gets rid of Sinatra. Look at this, the Shock trying to get aggressive. Perhaps they think this is the answer. But Baby Bay is charged up, sitting in the background, and no one's paying him much attention. He gets rid of the supercharger, and he's gonna teleport in. Oh, this guy is absolutely mad. He chases down Violet, and the damage from behind.
So much damage.
The beam! flames, baby! Violet gets taken down by Erster, coming in with a meteor strike. But the Symmetra, the big difference maker here. Never thought I'd say that. But here we are, it's 2019 and she is dominating. What do they have to work with? Next to nothing. Here's another barrier put up by Babybay once more. The Shock have to push past it, but they're going to walk into a bunch of turrets. Trickhoven takes so much damage, and now on the back line, it's going to be an amplification matrix thrown down. We are in overtime, and Babybay has already struck his first kill. Violet and Moth are down. There's no healing left for San Francisco. Now no tanks left, and the damage is soon to follow. The Atlanta Reign take another one, and it is tit for tat gameplay here in this quarterfinal. The Atlanta Reign will not bow down.
Atlanta goes up 3-2 in the series, one map away from beating the Shock. Both of these teams have not lost in regular season play since June. The two hottest teams in the league, but right now, Atlanta looks to be coming out on top.
But Sinatra was able to draw Gator out of formation, not get the kill. With Moira, there's so much healing available. So many, ways of just putting a band-aid on it. The back line. Oh dear, he walked headfirst into that one. The accretion was too late to keep Babybay alive, and Sinatra's able to complete the kill, and now it appears he's angry. And they do, after they get rid of Trickhoven there. That was interesting setup by Smurf. Can this be recovered by the Shock? They're going to invest in the no sound barrier here. Sinatra, he's going to get dropped. Yeah, 2 for Gator. Again, just a quick look at the health bars of the enemies that were suspended in midair. Gator makes it 4. That's just disgusting.
That's nasty.
Here it is, Coalescence to start the fight. Striker comes forward. Looks like he was immediately uppercut as he came out of that teleport. Don't matter though, he drops down. He's already gotten 2, and Popo shredded by the Death Blossom.
You don't even need to wait for that Gravitic Flux. You use the Coalescence, you get that Death Blossom.
Gator, so weak. Had to quickly respond with that kinetic grasp. Doesn't allow Sinatra to get in undetected. Not quite. The sound barrier, though, was able to fortify him heading forward. And Striker, as soon as that tension has gone away, he unfurls, and so does the Death Blossom. Well,
it's all San Francisco. Striker with the 4K here to wrap things up. Completes their offense. 3 minutes and 12 seconds in the time bank. A dominant map here for the Shock. We'll see Atlanta's offense after this.
Inside the hotel and forces it back once more. That was a bit of creation that knocked everyone up. That was brutal.
But it's a nice teleport from Babybay. Get behind, and then just damage down from Erster on the front side, able to connect with 2. This looks like it'll be the Atlanta Reign able to take the first point. And that almost happened earlier.
They're just going nuts to fight a draft. Would save the teammate. That's what he's trying to do once more. Medial strike, reposition again. Oh no. Into the flux! It's just like the entirety of the Shock got dropped on top of a cactus. Again, forced to back away. Striker gets one. He gets one with the Death Blossom. Smurf goes down though. So big shield missing for the Shock, and this could get nasty for them. It's a 4v4. Sinatra drops down now with the meteor strike, and Babybay locks eyes with him. Tries to chase him across, but there's a shield in his way. Massa gets the finish off, and Babybay's hit with a crease, and he's able to recover from it. Now steps forward, trying to get into the backline. Massa helping him out. They're able to break through now. The Death Blossom, they won't be shielding for it. Violet somehow stays alive, but not for long.
Smurf comes back here on the Wrecking Ball as well as the Shock just throwing bodies at the point, but Atlanta will be able to get over the hump as they get that second point.
Sound barrier, oh, the timing is perfect. Moth gets it off. Here comes the drop. A lot of damage still though. Good time from Gator, gets the flux just late enough that a lot of that sound barrier has decayed away. Striker thrown down the pit by that accretion. Even though there was a support ultimate, that's just how scary Gravitic Flux is.
And Erster with a Meteor Strike and Dogman with a Coalescence. Can they finish with a better time than San Francisco?
Smurf can't touch, he's holding away, they do! They're ahead by 13 seconds. They got rid of Erster though. Trickhoven's forced to back away though. Spawn advantage for the Shock. They'll have players back in position quicker. Moth! Oh man! Gets the duel win against Babybay.
There's never a time he is in a bad position. Is a Babybay trying to jump down onto Violet in the back, and Moth with a boop, and then the 1v1 there able to take out the Reaper.
See, Violet tried to work down Gator on his own there. Getting the Sigma off the table in that part of the fight would have been huge. But didn't quite get the kill. There was healing there. Gator still stands now. Babybay has returned to the fight. Erster in. Sinatra looking for a punch. He got Massa. Smurf's down again, but it doesn't matter. No supports now left the Atlanta Reign, and it all falls apart. The Shock takes them about a minute to get the fight win, but they get there one way or another. Wants to come forward. Needs to be another big slam, and he gets Popo. The anchor tank is down for the Reign. Sinatra. Oh, he gets yet another on a Baby Bay just as he came around the corner. And he didn't even mean to get Gator then. What are the five singers? What are the... I don't know.
Power of Doomfist. You don't intend to get somebody, they walk into your line of sight.
It's like Hanzo, right?
Yeah.
Here's a chance to take the high ground after. Let's see. Oh, the hold! It's good, but the Soundberry is even better. Dogman and Muss able to keep their team alive with 2 support ults, so they had to lay them to keep them in the fight. Big Flux. Oh, Data gets 2 and Baby Bay follows up 1. That'll do it. That'll be enough. And that combo consistently looks very nasty. Dialing up the aggression. Here's the sound barrier. Ursa's trying to wait it out. He goes in with a seismic slam, doesn't find anything. Meteor Strike came in. He got violent in the end, but Popo's down. Only 1 shield left for the Atlanta Reign, but it looks like that's all they need. They are all aggression, all fire right now. Trichovan goes down to his own accretion to AoE damage. By the looks of things, perhaps it was the Hyperspheres, but the Reign get rid of them on point A. Supercharger down for Atlanta. Here comes the Flux! Thrown up in the air is Gator, coming straight back down on Trichovan and the finish follows up with an accretion, but finally able to get away. And it looked like he was able to escape. Dogman faded out, taken down by Trichovan later on. Sinatra has to do a lot of work, but he's got no teammates and he has to let this roll. Baby Bay wants to play aggressively, but Sinatra's looking to get into the backline. Baby Bay's down, Reaper's missing, tries to trade it out, but it is the Shock! They come alive right when it counts! This series is going the distance, and we wouldn't have it any other way.
Striker comes alive here on King's Row. The Reaper Doomfist combination from Striker Sinatra was clutch. The card spotted him. Ursa's gonna fight this. Yeah, I mean, Sinatra's really low. Has to back out.
Okay, now how do you get rid of this? Oh dear, nice little concussive blast off the high ground. Moxel got rid of Katie, knocked him off. Into the drink. Even with that immortality field there. Oh no, he's done it again! What a monster!
Oh man.
Brings the Reign to their knees and the cart is on the road.
Well, let's take another look at this from Bob's POV.
Another day in the office. That's the first.
Let me go back right up there.
Get out of my house!
That is nasty. So, Striker still on the Reaper here. Sinatra goes back to Doomfist, goes on Tracer for a little bit. So Baby Bay will get one Ursa with another, so Atlanta stabilizes. Although it's pretty flashy from the Shock to get the cart going in this next fight. It's all Atlanta.
I mean, you're definitely thinking about, can they stave off tilt? They have good ultimates here. They can counter with sound barrier. The Shock don't have a sound barrier for Gators preventing Flux. He may not even need it.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous. Sound barrier from Ursa still came out. Preventing Flux from the Shock first. Gator. Oh! Interrupted! Got him with the accretion. Oh, it couldn't have got any worse for him. Ursa drops down. I mean, he can only really get that 1 kill. Dead Blossom from Striker and Baby Bay in that fight, but the Shock. Gator with a Gravitic Flux. Coalescence coming through. Gator throws this one down awfully fast, and they only really catch Smurf out here. Striker gets in there. And they can't dig him back out again. Gator up on the payload there. Not much more they could do than to throw out those Hyperspheres. And a time extension. Knows that he's there as well. Accretion, no connection. Striker comes off second best in that head-to-head. The trade is there though. Gator's down. Meteor striking close quarters. Troy Hoban throws that one up. Ideally defensively there. He gets taken down by his own splash damage, but this is going to be enough. It's messy. Very messy. And it won't guarantee the Shock a map completion, but it keeps them going.
Have to get the Coalescence. That's how they would survive the Gravitic Flux.
Oh, Sinatra! Doesn't last long. Gets involved. Baby Bay cleans him up quickly. This Gravitic Flux. Yeah, this could be the nail in the coffin here. Smurf goes down to Baby Bay. The rest of the Shock and drop down. Gator's looking for an accretion. Hit on towards the Reaper. Striker eventually falls. Baby Bay with his third in the fight. That'll do it! And again, the Atlanta Reign are able to set up their win condition. Ground position right now. We're in the house. The Shock step forward. Baby Bay had to be in recon mode for a brief period of time. Now back into Sentry. Spraying the bullets. That was Popo. Yep, into the drink. Nothing Trichovan could have done. Couldn't even have saved himself with the Gravitic Flux and the Atlanta Reign. This is looking pretty good. Almost 5 minutes on the dial.
Let's take a look at this on a Choi yet again. So, ooh, it's right around the corner. Sigma's feet, not big enough.
But they're pretty safe right now, right? Until that expires and it starts stun. Striker gets rid of Master, but the Shock have lost Smurf here. They've really lost the battering ram. And Ersta's just doing guard duty around the payload. But Striker's able to come through and get 2 quick kills. He gets rid of Ersta and Baby Bay. There has to be more than that though, and it just isn't. Playing from a similar angle here. Ersta has to get out. He's way too far forward. Tank mode configuration. It has to be a sound barrier for the Shock to keep themselves alive, but even that isn't enough. Jacobin, Kinetic Grasp eats up a lot of those rockets from the tank mode configuration, but Baby Bay now is going to get the old pea shooter out, have a crack at it. Forces Sinatra away. Smurf is down, and that's another checkpoint. The Reign have all the time in the world to win out here. Jacobin knocked up, accretion. Oh, Ersta!
So you do lose Ursa here early. You're going to lose this fight. The small benefit of it though is that they used the Coalescence and you didn't use anything.
We got the bit! Refusing to let their house be taken over. Gravitic Flux catches 2, and they're down! Sinatra.
It's a lot though.
They had to. I mean, they had nothing at the start of that fight, but again, Matt, those support ultimates have to be blown.
You may have to use the sound barrier, and then you don't have it for the Gravitic Flux.
30
That's how Atlanta wants to combo.
Gravitic Flux, Gator! Had to be a sound barrier. Smurf able to stay alive, but for how long? A Flux also coming out from the Shock. Smurf is down. Master is removed. It's a 1-for-1, but Poke Push supercharges. No!
Oh, no, they got me! They got
What the sea?
What?
They walked off the card!
Unbelievable! The Shock are stunned! What a series!
Possibly the greatest team in the league this year has just committed a cardinal sin of Overwatch. They walk off the card in the Atlanta Reign, pull off one of the most exciting attacking pushes we have seen.
This is wild. I mean, take a look from the overhead. So the Gravitic Flux comes down, sound barrier, and Hulk comes in.
Oh, he's in the air. And
Choi's off the point.
yeah, it was Smurf getting taken down. He was supposed to be the closest.
And there's 4 players in the back trying to deal with Urster.
Our Omen player of the match is Gator for dominance on Sigma across the whole series, man. This guy is a treat to watch.
And I would say from Moth's loser interview there, they talked about how the Reign were going to play an aggressive style in this matchup of the meta. And Gator is the one who set that aggression. Like the team talked about during their halftimes, like taking these off angles, a lot of extra damage on the Sigma, and really good Gravitic Fluxes. And it really threw the Shock off guard at times. And I feel like, you know, in the battles of the Sigmas, you know, head to head, I feel like Gator really performed strong today.
I mean, we definitely saw that, right? A lot of accretion plays as well. I mean, Gator, he got hit with a rock when he went for a Gravitic Flux there on Rialto. I thought that would sort of be the end of it. But this team's incredible, you know, especially with Gator in the mix. He seems like such a great fit,
It's
right?
a bit of a wild card.
Yep, they love playing aggressively. They love playing no respect. And this is the kind of team that doesn't care how long you've been first place for, how many golden stages you have, or what your win-loss record is. They're here to come and play the game. And this seems like their time. This seems like their patch to dominate, Matt.